Okay, sometimes you just got to skip to the good stuff, right? And we're going to do that today. We're diving into everybody's favorite royal drama, and we're going to unpack all the moments that had us, well, glued to the screen this season.
It's fascinating, even with a whole new cast,
Yeah.
stepping into these iconic roles, the show just doesn't miss a beat.
Right.
It uses that change to its advantage
All right.
to highlight how much time has actually passed.
It really does. You're right. It's like this visual reminder that even royalty, they can't escape the passage of time.
No.
But okay, let's talk about the drama.
Yeah.
I mean, who wasn't completely hooked by that whole spy mystery
Oh, at the beginning.
at the beginning?
Oh, I know. That was so good.
I know.
That early suspicion about a potential spy in the government, brilliant. It just kept us guessing.
Totally.
And what I think is really fascinating is how it subtly, very subtly, influenced the Queen's relationship with the Prime Minister.
Oh, for sure.
You could feel the tension building in every interaction.
Oh, in every single one. Absolutely. And I have to say, when they finally revealed the spy was the Queen's art curator.
Oh my God.
My jaw dropped. I did not see that coming.
Shocking twist.
So shocking.
It was a shocking twist, and it really made you think. It made you think about the choices that those in power have to make. I mean, was it right to protect the crown by keeping a spy's identity secret?
Right.
What are the moral implications of a decision like that?
Right.
The show doesn't shy away from that complexity.
Not at all.
Not one bit.
And it makes you wonder about the Queen's, state of mind. Like having to act like everything's normal when she knows the secret
Yeah.
must have made for some seriously awkward moments at the palace.
Oh, absolutely. It really highlights, I think, the burden of her position, the sacrifices that she makes
Yes.
for the sake of duty. And speaking of duty, that episode with the Aberfan disaster, heartbreaking to watch the Queen, grappling with her own emotional response.
It's such a tragedy.
Such a tragedy. It was just, it was hard to watch.
It was really hard to watch.
Yeah.
And it really challenged our perceptions of her, didn't it?
It did.
He really seemed to be trying to find his own voice,
Yeah.
to carve out his own identity within this very, rigid traditional system.
Yes, very much
A
so.
system that's, been around for centuries.
Right.
And it makes you think about the pressures he must have felt,
Yeah.
being groomed for a role
Yeah.
that's so steeped in history and expectation.
Absolutely. It's like he's caught between tradition and the need to modernize,
Yes.
to connect with a new generation.
Exactly. And speaking of connecting with a new generation, we have to talk about the royal love lives, Charles and Camilla.
Oh, yes.
Their story is like a Shakespearean drama unfolding right before our eyes.
It is. It's a reminder, I think, that even within the confines of royal tradition, human emotions, especially love and desire, find a way
They do.
to surface.
Yeah.
The show brilliantly explores the complexities of their relationship, societal pressures, and that constant tension between duty and personal happiness.
It really does make you wonder if love can truly conquer all when you're a prince trying to navigate centuries of royal protocol.
It's a good question.
It is a good question. But we can't forget about Princess Margaret. I mean, she always steals the show, right?
She does. She does. This season really delved into her struggles. We saw her grappling with her role, the limitations placed upon her as a royal, and then, of course, the breakdown of her marriage.
And her trip to the U.S.
Yes.
That whirlwind affair, it was like watching someone trying to break free from a gilded cage.
It raises the question, what happens when a royal rebels against the very institution that defines them?
Oh,
Margaret's story, particularly her near-death experience,
yeah.
felt like a turning point. She seemed to be on a quest for meaning, something beyond the titles and the tiaras.
Yeah, it was like she was searching for something
Yeah.
that royal life just couldn't provide. And, even Prince Philip seemed to be going through his own kind of midlife crisis this season.
It's fascinating how the show explores those existential questions, even in the context of, royalty. Philip's evolving relationship with his mother, his fascination with the astronauts, even his questioning of his faith. It all pointed to a man trying to find, a deeper meaning in his life.
He did. He seemed to be searching for answers in some pretty unexpected places,
Yeah.
like those priests who set up a seminary at Windsor Castle.
Oh,
Like
really?
even a prince can feel lost,
Right.
uncertain sometimes.
It's a reminder, I think, that we all grapple with those big questions, regardless of our position, our status,
Right.
But one of the things that I think this show does so well
Yeah.
is weave those individual journeys together into a larger tapestry.
Right. It's not just about the separate storylines. It's about how they all kind of intersect and influence each other.
Exactly.
When you look at the season as a whole, what do you think was the most powerful theme that emerged?
For me, it's the theme of change and adaptation.
Yeah.
And we see it on a grand scale, obviously, with the changing political landscape and the shifting dynamics within the monarchy itself.
Right.
But we also see it in the personal lives of the characters as they navigate these new challenges and try to find their place in a world that's constantly evolving.
It makes you think about how we all have to adapt to change.
Yeah.
Whether it's personal, societal.
Yeah.
What about for you personally?
Yeah.
Were there any specific moments from this season that really stuck with you?
Oh, absolutely. So many powerful scenes, but the one that keeps coming back to me is the final scene of the season, the Queen's Silver Jubilee. The visual of her riding in that golden carriage with Prince Philip by her side and turning back to make sure Charles was following. So symbolic.
Oh, I got chills. It was like the culmination of everything we'd seen throughout the season.
It was.
The passage of time, the weight of legacy, the challenges and triumphs of the monarchy. It was all there in that one image.
Exactly. And yet, even amidst all the pomp and circumstance, there was this underlying sense of vulnerability, like a hint of the uncertainties that lie ahead.
Yeah.
It was like the show was acknowledging that even an institution as seemingly unshakable as the monarchy isn't immune to the forces of change.
It's like they were saying, this is where we are now, but who knows what the future holds. And that's what makes this show so captivating.
Yes.
It doesn't shy away from the complexities of life, the human flaws, the quiet moments of doubt and reflection. That exists even in the most extraordinary of circumstances.
It's that willingness to explore the human side of these larger-than-life figures that makes them relatable, that allows us to connect with their stories on a deeper level, and it's what keeps us coming back for more.
I know it's true. You get so invested in these characters and their lives. It's almost like saying goodbye to old friends when the season ends.
It is, and it also leaves you with that sense of anticipation, you know?
Yeah.
Wondering what will happen next.
What's going to happen next?
Yeah, how will they handle the challenges that lie ahead? What choices will they make?
Exactly. It sparks this curiosity about their future, and I think that's the hallmark of great storytelling, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Leaving you wanting more.
It is. It's the kind of storytelling that stays with you.
Yes.
Long after you've finished watching, prompting you to think about the themes, the characters' journeys, maybe even inspiring you to look at your own life in a new way.
Well said. So, if you had to sum up this season in just a few words, what would you say?
Change, resilience, and the enduring human search for meaning.
Oh, I love that it really captures the essence of what made this season so compelling. And you know what? We want to hear from you.
Yes.
What were your biggest takeaways from this season? What moments resonated with you the most? Head over to our channel and share your thoughts in the comments.
We love hearing your perspectives, engaging in these conversations with you.
Absolutely. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more TV recaps. We'll be back soon to dive into another show and unpack all the juicy details with you. Until then, keep watching, keep thinking, and keep those conversations going.